So there I was. It was a decade ago or more. It really doesn't matter because it was Berlin time. Berlin time is always outside of the regular paradigm. And it was winter. The city was covered by light snow dusting. It made it kind of, in a weird way, romantic, especially it was not that cold. And I happened to come on this building here, which was called the Tacheles. And back then the Tacheles was already undergoing some major changes because it had been an artist enclave, house, club, ateliers, party venue, and it was a thorn in the eye of the city because it was freewheeling, and Alte was right in the middle of town, so a very important property that was desired by investors. And I snuck in. It was already off limits. All the hallways were heavily decorated with graffiti, and I photographed it. It was kind of a fascinating thing that the hallways were all lit out with lamps. I had no idea, but I was very happy because it made it much easier for me to photograph it. It would have taken lots of money and forever to stage it that way. So I ran quickly through it, took my photos, and then I ran into the back courtyard where there was an old tank and old equipment and stuff laying around. And then I saw like a door half open to the basement. And that's, of course, in an old ruin, a no-no. It's like, don't even think about going in there. There you see the letters still on there. S Tacheles, ELEHCAT, backwards, Tacheles. Don't remember where the name comes from. Would be probably worth it to look it up. So, like I said, that's a no-no. It was dusty, stinky, because, of course, immediately before I even could rationalize the insanity, I was already in there, pushing cobwebs aside, and it was filled with old, weird furniture and chairs and desks, all covered in this white, toxic-looking powder. As I went further and further in, and I realized, wow, this is like catacombs down there. And soon I encountered more of these very colorful lights. Even this basement was all lit up and made it look like something out of a Stephen King novel. I was thinking, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? What happened, to make a long story short, there was an American film crew shooting a cheesy, very badly financed and badly done vampire movie in this venue. And that was not really the main story. The main story was I also had encountered all kinds of mummified sculptures. They were obviously not made from human bodies, but they were made from the detritus, the rubble that was laying around, fabric pieces, mud, steel, you name it. And I encountered this very handsome young man, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna see who that is. And I tried to interview him. And so the story was that he was actually an Italian artist who had set up his studio down there. He was squatting, making these insane sculptures to replicate a very famous place in Sicily, like a grotto, a holy shrine that's filled with skeletons and skulls. And he thought this was his mission, to rebuild this here at the Tacheles. And that's my story for today. You never know what you encounter. Sometimes you have to go into forbidden realm. Of course now, like you can see in the back, they just kept, sadly, the facade, and it's going to be the usual gentrification, offices, condos, and at the other end of all things, some kind of shopping mall. Nevertheless, the Tacheles will live on forever in my memory, and so will be this handsome, insane artists, Italian artists from Sicily.